Hello everybody, Jimmy here, back for another Minecraft ship tour, and today we're going to be looking at several ships belonging to Maritime Nexus. So, we have the S.A. Val Castle, the S.A. Val, formerly the Transval Castle. We have the Empress of Britain and the Empress of Canada of Canadian Pacific, and we have the Achille Lauro and Angelina Lauro of Lauro line. So, quite a few ships to look at today. So it's going to be a bit of a longer video, but I think you all like it. So here we have the Val Castle, formerly the Transval Castle of Union Castle line, and she has been converted. Well, not converted. I think the only changes made are the livery and the some carpets in the public rooms. But other than that, she's identical. Some people may recognize her as Carnival's Festival. So, I am looking forward to that, and I think I will do a video on that and Carnival and Mardi Gras once Brian Maritime Nexus releases Festival. So, let us get started. So, she is a one-class ship, so it's all just one simple level of accommodation. So I think we're going to start at the lowest deck, actually, and then work our way up. Just make things a little different. So here we have the dining room, which was made to look like a garden in a South African house. And I actually really like this. Like, I really do. I think it's really nice. Hold on, let me see if my mic is actually catching. That would be great. Okay, it is. I didn't want a repeat of the Carpathia and Saint Tropez situation. Especially because this is a longer one. But yeah, I really like this. It's really nice and warm. Which is shocking, considering Union Castle is one of my, least favorite, companies. Here we have the cinema. For movies. There's no backstage area, so only movies can be put on here, as you can tell with the projector room there. And there is a barbershop for the men and hairdresser salon for the women. So, if we make our way further upstairs, I guess I can show like a typical cabin. So 2-berth, and it would have an ensuite shower and toilet, but you can't really replicate it at 1.5 to 1 scale, so yeah. Yeah, I do have a wardrobe and a wash basin along with a coat hook. And a nice little dresser area. So let us head further upstairs. So aft we have the gymnasium right here. It's a gym, not much more to say. But you do have a little massage room here. And if we make our way on the other side, we arrive at the Golden Room, which is a nice sort of veranda bar cafe that overlooks the swimming pool. And the swimming pool is actually glass enclosed, which I love. I love when swimming pools are glass enclosed. I think it's a very nice thing to do for the guests, so they're not just pummeled by wind when they're trying to swim. And we do have a little sports area or games area right here. And farthest aft, we have the children's playroom. So yeah, this is the children's playroom right here. It's a playroom. Not much more to say than that. let me head up a deck. So here we have the vineyard, which is a nice little observation lounge slash bar, and you do have a wind enclosed sun deck as well here. And here's a flush cargo hatch. Yes. Now on the other side is the cellar bar. Yeah. I remember this from a video advertisement. If you search up I think it's The Friendly Ship uh by Periscope Films, it should come up. This nice advertisement for the Transvaal Castle. And it's like, retreat into the intimate atmosphere of the cellar bar. Yeah. I like this. It's cute. So if we make our way further forward, we have the drawing room right here. That most British of venues. Union Castle is a very conservative ship, a very conservative line. So they're gonna have a drawing room for their older passengers. And here we have some cabins. So two berth, nice little sitting area, uh, dressing table slash drawer slash dresser, a wardrobe, and a ensuite bathroom. I just realized I am gonna have to head downstairs because I missed a deck of public rooms, and we can't have that. That would be very bad. So let me head down to the promenade deck. Okay, so here we have the assembly room, which is the main social hall. Not a fan of the gray, but the dance floor is nice. I don't know why one area of this is raised, but it is. Interesting. Here we have the writing room. I actually really like this. This is nice. It's kind of an earthy room. I like it. Here we have the library. This was done in a Regency style, and Minecraft really doesn't do it justice. I highly suggest watching that promotional video, as you will see this room in its full glory. No shade to you, Brian. They're like, the build is great. It's just, Minecraft limitations and all of that. And then forward we have the smoking room, which I do not like. Again, no shade to you, Brian. I'm shading Union Castle. I think I only like 3 ships of theirs. And here are the orangery, which again, Minecraft really doesn't do justice, sadly, but it functions as kind of like a long gallery sort of thing. Leads into the assembly room. And if we head up a level, we arrive at the suites, or deluxe cabins. So here's the main suite. So full ensuite bathroom. You have the bedroom here, and then here's the sitting room with a fireplace. Whoops. And you do have 2 deluxe cabins either side. So this is the Aries suite and the Columbus suite. And then on the other side, you have the Cygnus suite and the Aquila suite. So yeah, so that is Transvaal Castle, or SA Val. Next, we're going to be looking at Empress of Britain. So let's head over there. Okay, so full disclosure, I love Canadian Pacific's ships. I just do. Like, I love them. I will always love them. Um, Canadian Pacific, I feel, produce like the most consistently good ships out of any shipping company. Um, and Empress of Britain, Empress of England, and Empress of Canada, they were just so much better than the Saxonia class ships that Cunard had on the same route. But anyways, here you have the sports deck, as well as the sun deck for first class. And then inside you have the sunroom, which is a nice little observation lounge sort of thing. It's very open with all these like skylights, and I really like that. It's just a nice, cozy room. Huge fan. So if we head downstairs, my God, can I? Okay, so here we have the garden lounge, which is a winter garden, and it wraps around the club room, which is the first class smoking room. And I absolutely love this. Even though the ship is fully air conditioned, I love that they still kept like a winter garden, and I'm just a huge fan of winter gardens in general on ships. So big thumbs up from me. Here we have the club room, which is the first class smoking room. Once again, I just love Canadian Pacific's decor post-war. They're my favorite British company post-war in terms of the decor of their ships. And then I guess P&O and Orient Line are tied for second, in case anyone is wondering. And here we have the drawing room, which is their main social venue. Just a nice room. It's very cozy. Here we have the library. It's a library, not much more to it than that. And then on the other side, we have the children's playroom. It's a playroom, not much more to it than that. Is this the merry-go-round? I think so. Anyways, here we have the Empress Room, which is the shared ballroom between first and tourist class, and again, I just love it. I love like the circular centerpiece. It's just a nice room. Like, I know I keep on saying that, but it's true. Here's the tourist class smoking room with a cocktail bar on the other side. And I love this motif right here, like this mural. I've seen photos of it. It's just gorgeous. Canadian Pacific, they did such a good job with their ships. And it's just a really nice, expansive room. I really love it. And aft we have the lounge. Again, just another very pleasant room. Like, it's just pleasant room after pleasant room. Like, there's not really much more to it than that. Here's their library. And then on the other side, we have to cross the cinema. Yeah, the cinema's nice. I love the cinema. Cinema's great. Probably my favorite room on board, actually. So here's their writing room. Yes, it's nice. And if you're wondering how first class accesses the cinema, you go through here. Yeah, and it directly leads into first class. So, you show like a tourist class cabin. It's ensuite shower and ensuite toilet. I believe the children's playroom is near here, is it not? Or is it on deck below? Where is it? You head down to here. This is where it is, right? Yeah. Yes. It's nice. I like it. I really do. So let me head up another level, and I will head forward, and we will look at the first class, some first class suites. So we got so we got typical first class cabin here, so full on suite. All of first class cabins on board had ensuite facilities. And the toilet and the actual bath, they were separate. which stayed when the ships were later transferred to Carnival. Well, Empress of Britain, anyway. Empress of England became the Ocean Monarch, and things did not end well for her. Big Sag. So here we have a suite. Another big. I'm trying to find the suites that had like the had like a little sitting area / private veranda sort of thing. I think they're here, right? Yeah. Yes. So if we head forward, here we have the main foyer, and the barber shop and ladies' hairdresser are directly adjacent. If we head... Yeah, so the beauty salon and barber shop are directly adjacent, and both first and tourist class have access to these facilities. And if we head down another level... Trying to find the stairwell to the pool. How do I get to the pool from here? Am I dumb? Oh god, I'm in crew. Get out. Anyways, this is the first class dining room. And I like it. It's very nice. No outside view. All indirect lighting. Very interesting, I gotta say. And if we head aft, through the galley, through all the scary galley stuff. I don't want to look at scary galley stuff. I don't like scary galley stuff. We arrive at the tourist class dining room. This is, again, just another very nice room. So, let me try and find the pool, because I know both first and tourist class passengers. Okay, this is just scary cruise stuff, so let me just go into spectator mode and head forward, and I'll probably find it. Oh yeah, here it is. Yes, indoor pool. And it was shared between both first and tourist. So once again, another thing that the Saxonia Quartet did not have. A pool. But yeah, that is the Empress of Britain. Next, we are moving on to the Empress of Canada, which is another personal favorite of mine. So, back in a second. Empress of Canada. And I just got a notification that there's going to be a winter storm. I already know that there's going to be a winter storm. I paid attention to the news. Anyways, so this is the Empress of Canada, the last ship ever built for Canadian Pacific, and the first ship ever, for the Carnival Cruise Line. So a very, very important ship, historically. So, here we have the first class sports deck right here. And then heading forward, have this area right here, which leads into their... I can get inside here, right? Yeah. So we have a observation lounge, and then we have a covered play deck, which I believe became a gymnasium on Mardi Gras. Yeah. let us head down another level. So here we have the playroom, which is the shared children's playroom between first and tourist class. Nothing much to write home about, but it's there. It's a thing. So let us head down another level to the promenade deck. So the layout differed here. So instead of the first class and tourist class public rooms being on one deck, the first class public rooms were on one deck, and then the tourist class rooms were on another deck. So here we have the Mayfair room, which is the main first class lounge, and this is so pretty. I love the centerpiece right here. It's so nice. It's gorgeous. Even in this scale, like, you can really just see. And forward we have the St. Lawrence Club, which is their smoking room. No garden lounge on here, tragically. But this room is... Ooh. Oh. Oh, I like that. I like that quite a bit. Okay. Nice. So let us head... There is a room for tourist class at the aft end of the deck, so I guess I should show it. So let's head all the way aft. So here we have a tourist class sports area, and as well as their Banff Club, which is a little observation area for them. I think that's what the function of that room was. I mean, I don't know what else it could be, really. It's so small, but I guess it's like a shelter area for them. So let's head downstairs. So the study is right here, which is their library and writing room. And then forward, we have some cabins. So here's a typical first class cabin. All had full ensuite facilities. And if we head further aft, we have the barbershop on the port side and the beauty parlor on the starboard side, shared between first and tourist class. Nice little manicure area. Then further aft, we have the Canada room, which is the main ballroom. And it has a mezzanine level overlooking it. And this is shared between first and tourist class, and it is the ship's ballroom. And I absolutely love this. And this would become the grand ballroom on Mardi Gras. Just a very, very nice room. I love it. Heading further aft, we have the Windsor Lounge, which, as you can tell by the name, is the main lounge for tourist class. Once again, I love the decor in here. Love the yellow and the blue. Always a trustworthy color combo. And then furthest aft, we have the Banff Club, which is the smoking room for tourist class, which overlooks... this could be turned into a swimming pool. It was portable. So yeah. So that's their public rooms. Well, with the exception of the library and writing room, which is right here, which I believe became a casino on Mardi Gras. So, here's a cabin. I think like 70% of them had en suites, though most of them were toilets instead of, like full bath. So let us head forward to some suites. So, I think these are suites, right? No, I believe it's further forward. Right. These layouts are so funky. Good lord. QE2 ass layouts right here. If you know, you know. Okay, so here we have veranda cabins, veranda suites, which are rather nice. I like the way that they turned out. Yes. Okay. So if we head forward, main entrance, shared between first and tourist, and this leads down into the main vestibule, as well as their cinema. Once again, shared between first and tourist, and I love this. This is gorgeous. This turned out great. I believe this area is for first, and this area is for tourist. I'm assuming based on this right here. Yeah. Love it. So let us head downstairs. We head all the way downstairs, actually, to the coral pool, which is their indoor pool. Once again, shared between first and tourist class. And yes, it just looks very nice. I love it. I love it to death. So let us head upstairs to the restaurants. So here we have the, if I can find it on my deck plan. Salle Frontenac. So this is the first class restaurant, which was gutted on Mardi Gras and turned into crew messes, which is very sad. This is a gorgeous room. Like on the Empress of Britain and Empress of England, it doesn't have exterior lighting. It's all indirect. But yeah, it's just a very nice room, and I'm very sad it was gutted. Very tragic. So let me try and find a way to get to the galley from here. So I can head aft. Into the tourist class one. How do you... Okay. I guess I just have to head over here. Oh my god, this is a maze. Yes, I could look at the plans. Will I? No. Um... Okay, it should be back here, right? Yeah. This is the galley, I'm assuming. Well, shit. Let me head up here. Where the... I'm lost. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. We're back in tourist class. That was... Ooh, boy, that was embarrassing. That didn't happen. For those of y'all, who are curious, that did not happen. I'm still lost. What the hell? Okay, screw this. Where am I? That is so embarrassing. I ended up going forward when I was supposed to be going left. Anyway, this is the Carlton restaurant, which was turned into the Flamingo dining room on Mardi Gras. Was there a direct? Well, that's embarrassing. Anyways, that's that's Empress of Canada. Next we're gonna be taking a look at Angelina Laro. Sorry, Achille Laro. The video is at 30 minutes. Not bad. Okay, so this is Achille Laro, formerly the Willem Roys. Um, I'm super excited because I love Italian ships, so very excited to see what was done with her. Very pronounced stumble home, obviously. Um, Willem Royce was one of the first liners to have lifeboats stowed at a lower point in the ship's superstructure. So yeah, let's just get started. So here we have the Lido deck, or like a observation area. This is crew stuff? Yeah, it's crew stuff. So here we have the Lido deck. Yes, it's the Lido. Very Lido-licious. And here we have a bunch of cabins. At least I'm assuming these are cabins. These are passenger cabins. And they do have private balconies, which is very interesting, I gotta say. Although I know on Willem Roy's, some cabins did have private balconies, so... So here we have their main lounge, but over here... Did they have a cocktail bar? I guess that was put in at a later date in a refit. Oops, that's embarrassing. Uh, I keep on missing stuff today. Anyways, so this is their main lounge, which is woo! Love the light fixture. This is so 60s Italian. Mama loves that. Mama loves that. Here we have the Capri Club, which I'm digging how Brian's done the mural work here. So I believe this is their smoking room as well as the card room. Oh, and this is the Orazi Lounge. That's the name for this. So if we head further aft, so we got barbershop and hair salon, and the children's playroom is right here. Yes, children's playroom. Sala di Bambini. If we head further aft, what is this? Is this the gym? Okay, it is the gym. Yeah, this is the gym. I'm digging it. It's cute. I like it. And the cinema is right here, which is shared between first and tourist. Once again, I'm digging the decor. Like, the light fixtures are great. So if we head aft, this is tourist class. So we're in tourist class territory now. And yeah. So this is the reading and writing room for tourist class, and the card room is directly adjacent. And if we head further aft, I believe... Yeah, the children's playroom. Which... This looks a bit like a jail with this. I know these are supposed to be swings, but they came off kind of awkward. No shade, Brian. No shade. No shade. No shade. No shade. No shade. You're one of my favorite builders, low-key. Because you build the unknown ships that no one really wants to build, and I commend you for that. Seriously. You have the Belvedere Lounge. This is a kind of an observation lounge. I'm digging the light fixtures again. Like, the Italians, they knew what they were doing when it came to their light fixtures, okay? Like, full disclosure. So, upstairs, they do have a Lido deck, as well as an adjacent children's pool. Yeah. So if we head downstairs, so we have their main social hall and their ballroom. Yes, very modern, very 60s Italian. Love that. And this leads into their level of the theater, which is called the Comet Theater. Cute name. Very cute name. Oh, and that is the Scarabaeus Lounge. And a typical cabin. All these cabins had ensuite facilities, but like I said, the scale probably prevented Brian from doing that. So if we head further forward, I'm trying to see if there's a chapel. So I'm like 100% sure there is a chapel, but I just want to make sure. Um well, that's iconic. This is the hospital. I see it did not change its location. Cruise stairway. Chapel. Ah, yes. It's cute. I like it. Very cute. It's cozy. It's warm. Very modest from, say, the Chapel of the Rex. I'll just say that. Okay, so here's the tourist class dining room. Which, holy shit, that is Italian as fuck. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll just say that that's Italian as fuck and move on. And I believe Ford is the first class one. Yes. Yes. This is the first class one. And they are identical to allow for easy conversion for cruising. So yeah, so that is Achille Lauro. So next, I'm going to move on to Angelina Lauro, which is my personal favorite of the two. So let me go do that right now. So I am going to have to change the resource pack to the natural pack because this is the last ship that Brian made where you have to use the resource texture pack to get the full impression of the build. After that, he started using the vanilla resource pack. But anyway, this is Angelina Lauro, formerly the Yarngay, and she has been transformed from a hideous swan into an absolute diva. Uh, Many people know Yarngay as the ship with the massive tumble home, and this stayed on Angelina Lauro. Um, so I do actually have plans of her. So let me pull those up real quick. If I can find them. Angelina Lauro. Or not. I guess I can't find them. That works too. Okay, I pulled them up. So, forward we have the first class promenade right here with some kennels. I believe the kennels are right here. They have a nice little terrace overlooking the pool. So this is their Lido deck right here, but their main pool is actually in here with a Magradome roof, and it has a little nightclub. So I'm digging it. And then forward, we have on the starboard side, we have the gymnasium. The gymnasium and pool are directly adjacent, which I always love. I'm always a big fan of when a pool and a gym are directly adjacent from one another. So, yippee. So let me head downstairs a level. So here we have a bunch of cabins. So all cabins on Angelina Lauro had ensuite facilities, but I guess the scale, you know, Brian couldn't do that. Um, so the tourist class Lido deck is aft. But if we head forward, we can find some suites. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I believe the suites are here. Are they not? Yeah, the scale. Yeah, these should be the suites. Dang. Well, win some, you lose some, you know? So let us head downstairs to the saloon deck. So forward, we have the first class lounge and ballroom, which I absolutely love. This is a sleigh. This is iconic, especially the night fixture. Like I really love the just the vibe, you know, of the 60s and 50s Italian liners. So just forward is an enclosed area, which was added in a refit. I'm looking at the refit version. So I'm really digging the skylight into like this winter garden sort of thing. That's so cute. So the children's playroom is right here, as well as the barbershop and hairdresser on the other side. Yes. So let's head further aft. So we head further aft. So the library is right here, as well as the card room. Digging these two venues. And if we head further aft, uh, the chapel should be right here, right? That should lead directly into the chapel. This should be the chapel. Yeah. Yes. So here we have the tourist class lounge, which is cute. I like it. Further aft, we have the tourist class ballroom, which is a sleigh. Duh. Obviously, like, anybody could know that. And here we have the cinema, which is shared between first and tourist class. Once again, very 60s Italian. I love 60s Italian. I can't stress that enough. I'm just a slut for it, I fear. Like, I can't help it, you know? Like, I see 60s Italian, and I just go absolute cinema. Brian, I can't wait for your updated Michelangelo and Raffaello. Anyway, here's the tavern, which is very rustic in nature. I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. Then further aft, we have their library, as well as their card room. Upstairs is their Lido deck, and they do have a children's pool directly adjacent. So let's head down another deck. Okay, nothing to see there. Sorry, I'm looking at the plans. Just to see if there's anything. Okay. So the children's playroom is right here. At least I'm pretty sure, based on the plans. I could be wrong. That's here. Cute. Very, very cute. And if we head forward, I believe we arrive at the tourist class foyer. Very iconic again. If we head downstairs, we arrive at the tourist class dining room, which is so 60s Italian, actually kind of hurts. And there's actually three. So you got dining room A, dining room B, and dining room C. Because this ship was huge. It was like 1,000 in tourist class, but then it was only like 100 in first, so very deluxe accommodations in first. Kind of like a penthouse almost, but not quite. If we head forward through the galley, we will arrive at the first class dining room. Which is again very 60s Italian. And I love it to death. I love it so much. It's so gorgeous. So yeah. So with that being said, that is Angelina Lauro. And let me just try without the resource pack. just just to see if it's cursed. I'm low-key curious. What is... It's not too bad without the resource pack. But it would probably look better with it on. Like, that's okay. Says that. Is there like a room that's just like straight up cursed without it? I'm gonna assume no. This is a little cursed. No, everything's fine. Okay. Everything is a-okay. Without the resource. Oh, that's a little funky. But anyways, with that being said, that is a bunch of Maritime Nexuses, or Brian's ships. The next time we'll be looking at his ships is when he finishes Festival. So then I can look at Carnival, Mardi Gras, and Festival on one video. Bunch of former liners that have been converted into Carnival cruise ships. But yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. A bit of a longer video, I know, but I wanted to highlight Brian. I'm a huge fan of his work. But yeah, with that being said, this has been Jamie, and I wish you all a good day. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. So, bye for now.